What's up everybody, I hope y'all are doing well. I'm Thomas, welcome to Kicks and Sticks. Today we'll be reviewing the Super Deluxe by Black Label Trading Company. So let's get into a little info about the blend, featuring a Mexican San Andres wrapper over top an Ecuadorian Habano binder and Nicaraguan fillers. The blend was originally released in 2020 as a limited edition with only 880 boxes being produced. However, the Super Deluxe would be a massive hit amongst consumers and would quickly become the most requested cigar in the company's history. So in February of this year, Black Label announced they would be re-releasing the Super Deluxe in slightly higher quantities than they did in 2020, producing now 750 boxes for each of the three Vitolas, their Petite Corona 4.5 by 48, their box press Robusto 5 by 54, and their box press Toro 6 by 50. Needless to say, I'm very excited to try the cigar today, so let's give it a snip, get it lit. So initially upon light up here, on the palate we have a beautiful charred oak, and this rich earthy soil, and this really just crisp and heavy red pepper spice. It's very reminiscent of just taking a chili pepper, just biting straight into that bastard. Like, it's insane. And then through the retrohale, obviously that red pepper spice is just dominating. I'm worried at this point I'm gonna get a nosebleed. But so far so good. You know, I'm gonna have to keep my chin tucked for the rest of the review because this thing's trying to knock me spark out, but so far so good. See how that flavor develops through that first and into that second, third. Cheers. As you can see, we've made our way through that first third, bit into that second third here now. So far on the palate, we still have those notes of charred oak, rich earthy soil, and that ridiculous red pepper spice, now alongside notes of toasted bread and a beautiful rich espresso. Through the retrohale, we have a little bit of that charred oak coming through, but it's absolutely dominated by that ridiculously intense red pepper spice, with a very mild creamy butter note coming through on the finish. Unsurprisingly, I'm absolutely loving it. This is the definition of full body. So far, despite its best efforts, my head is still on my shoulders, but we're still gonna get through that second and into that final third. Cheers. As you can see, we've made our way through that second third, well into that final third here now. So far on the palate, all of those notes we're picking up through that second third are still there and kept their same intensity. We have that charred oak, rich earthy soil, red pepper spice, toasted bread, rich espresso, and a very mild black licorice note coming through on the finish. Then through the retrohale, we have that charred oak, intense red pepper spice, and a lovely creamy buttery finish. Overall, I'd say Black Label Trading Company Super Deluxe is a fantastic cigar. Beautiful construction, smooth even burn, and the definition of full body. The cigar's a lot like dating a crazy chick. It's intense to the point where you think, at some point, this thing's gonna try to kill me, but you're enjoying it too much to put it down. You know what they say, groupie socks, groupie box. Now, the intensity causes a lot of those flavor notes you pick up to almost feel like they're trying to all be the main character, but somehow they make it work, and they have this beautiful way of mixing and playing off one another that I really enjoyed. And I can see how its intensity would make it difficult or maybe even impossible for some people to actually sit down and enjoy this cigar, but I personally loved it. So in my opinion, it's a must try and will be a welcome addition to most humidors. That, of course, is just my opinion. More importantly, have you tried the Super Deluxe? What was your experience? Please let me and everyone else know in the comment section down below. And until next time, deuces.